Howdy how. Huh. Alrighty. Me holly years. Well, the holidays. The fucking holidays. Well, these need to be cleaned up a little bit. These need to be cleaned up, actually. Shit. Yeah, there we go. Twitch, would you open the fuck up? Twitch, open. I want to watch something. Well. Me Spain holidays. Well, how would that have gone? Well, 'twas a lovely time. I shall say, lovely time in Spain. Absolutely great. Honestly, Madrid, and then Alicante first, and then Madrid. That's how it went off. Woo. Anyway. So I try and stream on Twitch. That's a big shout there. I'm not too sure how you stream on. Not too sure how to stream on Twitch. You know, it's kind of hard to see in these sunglasses. There we go. Alright, I see. Well, now I see why. Because I can only stream on YouTube, so that is the main thing. But anyway, I haven't streamed in bloody forever. Feels like forever. I shall say that now. Feels like bloody forever. But anyway, so trip to Spain. Was it good? Was it shit? You know, I gotta say it was it was an enjoyable experience, I must say, going to Spain. I did a lot of stuff in the 3 days. There's a Mr. Beast video that I'm not even gonna bother watching. 83 million views for Mr. Beast in 3 days is a bit shit. It's a bit shit for him. Usually he'd be on 100 million at that stage. Well, Beta Squad uploaded a video 3 days ago. Chili forfeit. Huh. Okay. All the things trending. Nothing I can really react to for a video since I don't want to get demonetized. Liking the shades. Mate, it's hard to even see in this. It's hard to even see in this, honestly. I'm lucky enough I had shades because it was fucking sunny in Spain. Honestly. That's the whole purpose of this live stream, is just talking about Spain. It's been a week. Since we last stream. Had a few videos scheduled going out. So yeah, I kind of had that going on. And so not like it was actually like one of the best times I had in Spain. I must say it was one of the best times I had in Spain. And did a lot of stuff. I got up to a lot of stuff. There was a lot of activities, I must say, a lot of running around, a lot of just travelling, and I must say my feet and toes are fucking dead. They're absolutely dead, honestly. Like, I don't think I've ever walked so much in another country. And as well, thinking that I never thought that I'd be going to a La Liga match. Never thought I'd be going to a La Liga match, like, in a different country, like Spain especially. Like, I must say, like, La Liga, going to a La Liga match on fucking, what was it, Sunday night. The game, 9 o'clock the game was. No, it was a good game. It was a very, very good game, I must say. 2-0 Atletico Madrid. Let's go. Like, they're the ones I wanted to win. Yeah, like, it was a very fun experience. So let's just see. So yeah, so what was it? Atletico, they scored on literally like last minute of the first half, and then Memphis Depay, 57th minute, he fucking smashed it. So then that put them where? That puts them in third. They're above Barcelona. They're above Barcelona, but they're on the same points. That's actually kind of mad. But they did very well. They did very well versus Valencia. They were kind of all over Valencia, I shall say. They were kind of all over them every now and then. I should say, like, the start of the game was very good. In times where it did seem slow, and boy, do I have a story. Do I have a story about something that went down right before the game? That let's just say, caused about 10-15 minutes of absolute carnage. But we shall get into that in a bit. Because, so, it's a detail. This is all going to be a detailed live stream about everything that went down. Yes, no shit, Sherlock, that I would obviously know what's happened. So, 27th January, which was Saturday to Sunday, was, well, going from Saturday to Monday, so obviously missing a full day of college, which, mate, I realistically could not give a shit about missing a full day of college. I shall say that. Honestly, even if I missed whatever the hell it was, I realistically could not give two bollocks. So, start things off. So, 27th on a Saturday, right? Our flight was at, what was it, like 10:45? 10:45? Or something like that? I think it was 10:45 the game was at. Well, the flight. So 10:45. So we got to the airport. What was it, like 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock or something like that. And so it was, yeah, realistically easy. Because remember, at the same time, although it's a weekend, like it's a week where people are back in college, back to work and all that. So the airport really wasn't that busy. It really wasn't that busy. Like, just going to the gates, going through security, that took fucking minutes to get through. Which is one thing that I need to say is very weird, because a lot of people will say, oh, you know, it can take like an hour to get through check-in and like get through security. That's only if you have like half an hour before your fucking flight. Because everyone's going through it. If you're there like an hour or just over an hour early, mate, you're going to get through security and through check-in within fucking minutes. Luckily, we didn't have to check in because I was carrying the big bag. I was carrying the rucksack with all the clothes, mine and Peter's stuff, and unfortunately enough, he did not bring a shade with him. So yeah, he was pretty much going to be blinded by the fucking sun. So the flight was what was it? It was 2 hours 45. That was what we were doing, and obviously this was planned. What was it? 2 months in advance. No, because 2 months ago, what was it? 2 months ago, I was chatting to my mate. My mate Liam, he's in Alicante. Obviously, he's in Alicante for his Erasmus. He's doing his last 6 months this year, and so obviously on FaceTime with him a few weeks back, saying, "Mate, we're coming to fucking Alicante. We're coming to see you. Like, we need to see you, mate. Like, it's been way too long. We haven't seen you in a minute. We haven't seen you since your birthday." Like, honestly, which really wasn't too long ago anyway. So flight was grand, really. Like, I had an aisle seat, and then Peter had another aisle seat, so like both had aisle seats, easy enough at that stage. And unfortunately for Peter, he had a fucking baby sat next to him. Like, you just I think the worst thing that you can have is a bloody toddler. Is a screaming toddler next to you for about 2.5 hours. Like, that's what you don't want. That is what you don't bloody want, is a toddler crying and screaming, and then I'm just sat there next to him like, yeah, mate, you're fucked for the 2.5 hours. So that meant we were going to get in Alicante around, what was it, around 2:30, I must say. It was around 2:30, and so it wasn't that hard. So I think it was 2:25 or 2:30, around that stage, we got to the airport, and pretty much it was easy to get through. Like, no confusing things at all. Like, yes, we had to fucking text our mate. We had to tell him, here, we've landed, because he obviously knows Spain more than we do. Like, he's been there for a good few months anyway. So the whole point was he ended up going. He was going to go somewhere. We had a place we were going to meet up. So me and Peter, we got a bus, literally. Because bear in mind about this, right? Bear in mind, in Alicante and just in Spain in general, everything's fucking cheap. The bus ticket was like €3. Or no, the bus ticket was like €1.50. Honestly, like, there was a guy walking around, like, saying, like, here, like, with tickets, and he just tapped her phone. I gave him money, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like not even €2 for our fucking bus ticket. Like, all this stuff was cheap. Everything in Spain was cheap. And so, bear in mind, I did spend like 200 or 300 quid. Like, at least just over 200 quid in the whole trip. So, yeah, we landed, we got the bus there, we went to a place called Luceros, or I don't know if I need to put an accent, it was Luceros. I have pictures and videos. I am in the midst of actually editing a video of my trip in Spain, because I didn't initially think about making a video out of it, but because of the amount of stuff, because just all the shit I had on my phone, I was like, here, I might bloody as well. I actually might as well. And so yeah, I was doing that for a little bit. So met up with him, And yeah, honestly, I had to dap my guy up. He's my guy. One of my best mates of all time. Known him since how long have I known him? I've known him for fucking years. I've known him since before I did my junior cert. So think about how long ago that is. It's like 6-7 years of being best friends with this guy. Because remember, you're not best mates with someone if you're not fucking insulting each other. You're not best mates if you're not insulting each other, going at each other, saying like, oh, here, I'll like, you know, I'll do a 360 on your mother. You know, that kind of stuff. You're not best mates if you're not insulting each other. Which is kind of a bro code anyway. But I met up with him eventually. Then where did we go? We went straight to I have to say, we had a fucking penthouse booked. We had a penthouse. Like, we had a rooftop terrace. Like, the place was fucking massive. Like, it was unbelievably massive. And so like, we got to the penthouse. It was like the first place we went to. Bear in mind, kind of like the weather outside, where it's kind of very cloudy, very windy, kind of cold. Alicante was like complete opposite. 20 or something degrees. You have to put your shades on. You might as well have taken your hoodie off. Like, it was that fucking warm. So we we went to the penthouse, and yeah, let's just say at first we had no clue how to get in, because obviously my brother, Peter, he had an email, he was the one who was able to access the building. And so let's just say for about 5 to 10 minutes we were opening all these doors in the fucking building, which apparently turned out to not even be our apartment. Because what we didn't realise was that we had to get a fucking elevator. We had to put in our own code to get to our apartment. And so we get to the apartment and it was fucking class. Like, if I was to try, it's hard to kind of describe the layout. Like, you'll see in the video I'll have. I don't know when I'm gonna put that video up. Like, I'm still like in the middle. I'm still like editing. I've only started editing yesterday, so yeah, I will have a video up. I don't know when, but once I finish editing the video, I'll know. But we're in the penthouse, and hear me out. There's 3 of us. There was only 2 beds. There was only 2 beds for 3 of us. And so initially, I kind of didn't realise that me and Peter had basically booked the penthouse. Liam, being the guest of the penthouse, had to basically sleep on the couch. But who the fuck do you think had to sleep on the couch? I had to fucking sleep on the couch, honestly. Because here's the thing. We got in, right? We seen the main big bedroom was to the left the second you walked in. Like, it had its own shower, had its own bathroom, had its own bed, like massive bedroom. And what does Peter do? Him thinking like, oh, because I booked the fucking thing, because it was almost 300 quid to book the thing, I deserve to have it. Where are you getting that from? Where the fuck are you getting that from? I get you booked it, so you deserve the highest thing, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's the thing. And so then we ended up kind of exploring the houses. Like, it was grand, and we found another bedroom. It wasn't as big, but it was grand. Like, the bathroom was right next to the bedroom. But what happened? Liam ended up taking the fucking bed. And so, what did I have access to? What you fucking think? A fucking couch. And I'm just gonna hint. When you go on a night out, whenever you go on a night out, don't fucking have a couch to sleep on. It is not a good idea. It is really, really not a good idea. So I'm just trying to remember the steps here. So we were in the penthouse for a good while. So we had originally booked the penthouse to have for 2 nights, but because we were going to Madrid the next day for the game, we realised that it would kind of fuck up with the trains, because the game was pushed back because some time ago it said that the game was at 4 o'clock, but then like the week leading up to us going to Alicante, it changed to 9 o'clock, and so that kind of fucked over our train, the train that we have to get, and so we kind of had to improvise of what we were going to do. So we decided instead of staying 2 nights, we'd stay for 1 night, and with that, we'd easily be able to go to Madrid the next day. We had a generator booked, and we'd like obviously go back to sleep in the generator the next night. Then after that, we'd be going home. So first day, so pretty much, so I can't remember what time it was around this stage, but basically we made it to the penthouse, and we were just kind of chilling around, like just kind of looking up, seeing the rooftop terrace. Like we went up a pair of stairs, opened the door, and like you had it like right there. Then there was like other stairs going up, and like, even bigger part of the terrace, and it was absolutely massive. Like you'll see in the video I have, and you'll see in the video I have, unless I like go into my unless I quickly just go in and just show you guys what I was dealing with. So I'll just go on to my photos, and just, if I have a clear picture of the terrace, I'll show you at all, or if it's just a video. Let me just check here. So it does look to be that I do have a video. Let me see. I don't think. Okay, it looks to be I don't have any single photos of it. I just had a bunch of videos, just because I just wanted to record and all that. And so yeah. So we were in the terrace for a little bit, and eventually we decided that we would go to his. So obviously he's in a student accommodation because he's doing college. Obviously he's doing a language course, which is why he's in Spain. He's doing a language course in Spain. So he's basically our translator for that entire time. He's our translator. Whenever someone's trying to speak Spanish, he's a translator. And let's just say, because of him being able to speak Spanish, it definitely did well for him on the night out and with the ladies. I shall say he kind of scored. He didn't score. He didn't score, but he was able to chat to a lot of women. Whereas I'll get to that. So we're on the terrace, and we decided to go to his, and so we had to get a tram. To get over to his place. And the other thing was, we had go-karting. Booked for 6 o'clock. Right, we had go-karting booked for 6, and so we had that, and then what was it? So we had that for a little bit, the go-karting, and then we decided, firstly, we're gonna go get something to eat, because me and Peter hadn't eaten in fucking hours. We literally hadn't eaten in hours, and so yeah, it was kind of a little bit off the ropes, I shall say. And so we got there. It was fun. We did all the stuff, and then eventually we were at his for a little bit, kind of walked around the place, and then we went to get something to eat. We went to this lovely little burger place. Boy didn't get a burger, I actually got some chicken. And so after that, I decided, here, it's time to go-kart. I think it was getting close. The issue we ran into, though, one fucking issue. The taxis. We tried to book a taxi to get to the go-kart, but the issue we ran into was there was no taxis available. Meanwhile, the go-kart was like just over 2 kilometers away. It was like just over 2 kilometers. It was I think it was 3 kilometers actually. We were traveling. So we're just outside an outlet shop. Like, we're outside this like kind of centre, and just trying to find a taxi. There's no taxi anywhere, honestly. There was no taxis picking up. We're on our phones like 5-10 minutes trying to book taxis. No one's popping up. It was only going through 2 lads, and so with 10 to 15 minutes before our thing, we decided the best thing we can do is fucking make a run for us. Honestly, that was the plan. We decided the best thing to do for us right now is make a fucking run for us, and so we made a run for it. Let's just say, just don't run it in vans, because my feet were very, very fucked up. We made a run. We eventually made it to the go-karting, and yeah, so we did the go-kart. We got there because Liam had kind of known the track from before. He was kind of better off. He was better at the go-karting than me and Peter. And so, obviously, I was kind of saying, like, here, mate, you're going to obviously, like, win this. And we were like, whoever loses has to buy the first round of shots for tonight. Which we decided was the best. And so, that was so we did that for a little bit, and then we did the go-karting, and then after that it was actually very fun, I shall say. Just want to try and do something very quick here. Bam. Yeah. So we pretty much got into the go-karting and did it. Liam won. Like, wasn't really surprised about that. Wasn't really surprised. And then I'll just do this very quick. I'm just trying to do something. Yeah, so we weren't really that surprised that he was beating us. Yeah, that he was beating us. And so Jesus, why the fuck does that keep happening? So he kept on beating us, kind of like the usual thing. Like, we had the kind of Grand Prix kind of thing where 8 to 10 minutes you kind of do your thing, try and get a fast lap. Whoever got the fastest was in first, and so he obviously won. Obviously, whilst I was doing the warm up, I may or may not have ploughed straight into the tyres. I kind of ploughed straight into tyres on one of the first corners, but after that I did not crash at all. I was absolutely on the track, and that was pretty much it. So then, we pretty much finished the go-kart. We had to do 10 laps of it, and I came in second with, 44 seconds or something? I think Liam had 42 seconds as his fast lap, and I had 44 or 46, something like that. And somehow Peter was crashing into most of the corners because he didn't know how to he had no clue what he was doing, apparently. And so, that kind of happened, and the go-karting had finished, and it was the evening time, and so we were like, here, let's just walk back. We couldn't be bothered to get a taxi, and so, we knew that it would be easier if we ended up just actually walking, and we got to a shop. We bought a few pre-drinks. Yeah, we got a few drinks for the night. And then after that stage, we knew that we were sorted. And so, I don't get why that keeps popping up. I'm just trying to move that. Just trying to move something here. I'm literally just trying to move something. Bollocks. I don't know where to move this to. I don't know where to move this thing to. But pretty much we ended up going to a shop. We bought some drinks, and then it was a lot of fun. it was a lot of fun for that night. Chance, I don't know if I should chat like the whole time, but it was a nice day of go-kart, and eventually we got some free drinks. We headed back to the penthouse because we wanted to make most of our time being in the penthouse. We wanted to be in the penthouse, and then eventually we ended up back, just drinking. We were just drinking a lot, and I think it was around 12 at this stage, And so we knew that it was only the start of our night out anyway. It was only the start of our night out. And so we had a few drinks before we left, and then we were on our fucking bikes. And so we went to one place first. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like one of those nightclubs where we were like the only three like 20-year-olds there. Like honestly, we were the only three people that were like at least in our 20s. And honestly, like, we were probably like the three youngest people there. Everyone else was just like in their 30s or 40s, and so we decided we'll have a few shots. We decided to have a few shots, and then we headed straight to another place. I don't really remember the name of the place. It was like Parabar or something Parabar. I kind of forget the name. It's around that name, but we went there, and we probably stayed there for like 2 hours. We stayed there for ages because it was kind of one of those college nightclubs. It was bloody packed to the fucking brim. So the drinks were like they were massive. And they were very cheap as well. They were cheap, and so we eventually ended up just doing our own thing, you know, just trying to do the classic, try and get in with our women, find our woman, and chat to her. So to find a woman, chat to her, and then it was definitely something. What was it? Peter found some Spanish woman that pretty much kind of understood English, and then I, being my socially awkward self, didn't do anything. Yep, don't cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry about that because I've already cried in another video. But basically we ended up in that nightclub for ages. Liam, with his Spanish riz. Liam and his Spanish riz is something else. I shall say that now. Liam's Spanish riz is like top notch, I shall say. But yeah, we were there for a while. He was chatting to a few girls. Peter, he immediately targeted one girl, like not in a mad weird way, but he was like, yeah, she's the one I'll try and get with today. And so let's just say he kind of made his move on her, and yeah, they may have just out of nowhere just started snogging. They just started snogging out of the fucking blue, and but like, look, it's Peter. He's a player anyway. Peter's a player. Peter's one of those people. Like, he's not too scared to just get involved. He's not scared to just get involved, and so it was easy enough for him anyway to just get with your one. And then I may or may not have fucked him over for a second. I'm not going to say what I said, because let's just say at the end of the night I felt very bad. I felt bad for him because he kind of realised that I wasn't that much of a dipshit to him, but it was just, I felt bad for what I had done. I kind of fucked him over. It wasn't that I made out with the girl. But it was, I think, according to her, I just looked very lonely, and so yeah, like, she didn't really want to be kissing him just because I looked lonely for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, we eventually got out. It was around 4 o'clock at this stage. It was literally around 4 o'clock, and so we started to leave. Well, the nightclub was closing actually, so we all started heading out. We kind of linked back up, and so that was kind of the end of the night out. And so me, Peter and Liam, we headed back to the terrace, and boom, we just did our thing. Headed back to the terrace, had a few drinks, and bear in mind it was like 5 in the morning. It was 5 in the morning at this stage. 5 in the morning, yeah, we're still drinking. And so you'll see in the video I have coming out, I don't know when it's going to be going out. I hope it'll go up in the next 2 weeks or something, once I'm able to edit the full thing. I'm going to be editing it after the live stream anyway. So yeah, since I have a full day, I'm literally doing nothing today. Bear in mind it's not even 1 o'clock today, and I've done pretty much everything. Like, and think about it as well. Nice, like look at that, like lovely little haircut, fully shaved. Like I look like a completely different person. Like because obviously because they were complaining, Peter and Lee were complaining a lot that I need to shave. They were saying a lot of the time, mate, you have to fucking shave. I had no access to a fucking razor or anything. I had no access to anything. And so, yeah, no access and sort of shaving thing, so I was just there, had the thing down here. Yeah, it was just not the best look on me. And so we got back to the apartment, we were drinking 5 in the morning, and then we had to knock around, and I was on the couch for absolutely ages. I was on the couch for a very, very long time, I shall say. And so, yeah, I was on there for a very long time. And so, wasn't there too shit, I shall say. So, pretty much, let's check something right here. Just checking something. So pretty much we ended up just drinking till 5 in the morning, went to sleep, and then me being on the couch, I didn't sleep that well. I didn't really sleep that well on the couch, and so I pretty much got no sleep. I basically got no sleep. Like we were up for like 8 o'clock to get a train, and yeah, I just didn't sleep at all. I couldn't sleep being on the couch. It was cold as well. It was cold in the fucking room, so I didn't know what to do. And so I was just there shivering my arse off, just trying to go to sleep. Meanwhile, the other two, they got like a nice 3 hour sleep. So I woke up the next morning, barely on any sleep. We got ready. It turned out we were a bit late to the train. So this is day 2. We were a bit late to the train, and so we had to pretty much run. We had to run through Alicante. We had to run through the town. And so we obviously would have looked like 3 fucking weirdos just sprinting somewhere. And so we eventually made it to the train. And bear in mind, like, it just was not, I was just not having it be, like, with the shoes I was wearing. Like, the shoes I was wearing, they're not fucking, the shoes I was wearing for the entire trip, they're not fucking designed for running. They're not fucking designed for running. And so, yeah, my shoes were, my shoes were very, very, they were very bad. They were very bad to run in. I shouldn't have run on them, but we were forced to run on them. So then, yeah, we made it to the train eventually, and we did our thing, really. We did our thing. And so made it to the train. It was like 2.5 hours or something. Made it to Madrid. We went to the generators. Well, I think it was, yeah. We got to Madrid. We were on the train, and we got breakfast on the train. Well, not a full meal. I just got myself like a few croissants, and then that was it. We eventually got off the train at Madrid, and so at this stage, it was like, what was it? It was like 2.5 hours. So it was like almost 12 at this stage that we're in Madrid, and we got off. We went straight to the generator, and we just kind of left all our stuff there, and I was just happy enough about that because I was the one carrying all the fucking bags. Like, I had the main bag for me and Peter, and my own kind of bag where I just have my own stuff in it, so like my stuff. And yeah, so I was carrying the big bag and the small stuff. So it was kind of obvious as to why I was kind of falling behind, because I had so much fucking weight on my shoulders. Like, how am I supposed to run when I have so much weight on my shoulders, and like my feet are sore and I'm tired? How am I supposed to fucking run? But eventually we made it to the train. We got to Madrid generator. We left our stuff there. Then we caught a train to, I can't remember where it was, but we were going towards a stadium. We were going towards the Bernabeu stadium, right? And so we decided, here, how about we just do the tour of the Bernabeu? Because we decided to book the tour, we booked the tour, and so we had it for half one. It was, if I remember, it was a half one tour, and so it was easy enough for us. And so then we ended up actually doing the tour. So much videos and photos, and yeah, the stadium is just sick. So we were doing the tour. We did get something to eat beforehand just to keep the fuel levels up, and then we got there, and it was after that stage I think we were just walking around. I'm trying to remember what I did after this. So we did the tour at the runabout, and then I think we started heading back. I think we headed to his place. Right? No, we weren't headed into. We were in Madrid all day. So, we did the tour at the runabout, and then we were walking around just trying to like find a shop to like buy some stuff from. And so eventually time came around, and we ended up getting something to eat we got something to eat in some place. And so we eventually ended up getting out. I got myself a lovely little spaghetti, I think it was, because I think the first night we all had a pizza, and then the second night I got myself a spaghetti. I think Peter got himself a lasagna, if I remember. Jesus, just trying to not knock over the camera there. So yeah, I just got myself spaghetti, and then Peter did his own thing, he got himself spaghetti, and so it was kind of spaghetti was lovely. And then this is just our feel for the rest of the night, and that was it pretty much. We got fueled up, and then we pretty much headed straight to the stadium. And I think we were trying to like still look for shops to buy something in, but we eventually found the stadium, and that was we got to the stadium, and I'll just say, like, the stadium is fucking mental. It is absolutely mental. It is fucking huge. And so what was it? We got to our seats. Well, we got to our seats, right? We kind of got to our seats, right? And then apparently there was some man and kid sat in our seats. And bear in mind, we knew what our tickets were. We knew what seats and what row and what block we were in. Bear in mind, there's a man with his son sat in our seats. Bear in mind, the thing was confusing as fuck. So we were sat in like the top, like near the top, and so we weren't gonna get an amazing like corner view of the place. We got a lovely corner view, and eventually we ended up spending 10-15 minutes trying to figure out if we were in the right spot. We said to the security that I'm here, some lads in our spot. Is this the right block for us though? She was saying yes, your man was saying it wasn't. And so let's just say it was 10 minutes of just standing around just trying to figure out what to do. Eventually your man decided to use his brain cells and get up and go and go and talk to the security about his seat. He finally realised this is not where I'm supposed to be sat. So thank God we sat down, and then we just the game itself was absolutely amazing. And three of us there, top corner of the place, absolutely amazing view. The game went like better than it could have. Yeah, it just went better than it could have. And so we ended up just doing that. So the game just did its thing. 2-0 Atletico Madrid, like what you wanted, and like we were going for Atletico Madrid. And so at the end of that, game finished, and so we immediately started heading to the train. Started headed towards our generator, but we knew that we still wanted to go and get something to eat. Well, not get something to eat, we wanted to just go get a drink or something. And so we got to this kind of Irish pub. That was selling Guinness. So obviously, if you find a pub that's selling Guinness, go into it, because you know they'll you know, they need to deal with the Irish there. But this is where I tried Heineken for the very first time. Well, not the first time. I tried it before and I didn't really like it. But the thing is, because Spain doesn't really do much ciders, the Heineken was all I could do. All I could do was fucking just have the Heineken, and then that was me. And so, yeah, so I had the Heineken, right, and then, yeah, I had the Heineken, and then pretty much that was it. I kind of did have some other drinks, and eventually we decided to head our way back to the generator because we wanted to make sure that we actually got a decent night's rest. It was like after 12 at this stage. Now bear in mind, this is a fucking Monday. Like, it is like Sunday to the Monday here. And so we're coming off a few drinks, and then we head back. I had it like, yeah, we did have like, I think 2 or 3 more drinks. Oh, actually no, we went to another place actually. Just remember, yes, we went to this other. We went to like a cocktail kind of bar. Like, they were doing cocktails and all that, and I'll just say, like, my stomach was just not having it. So I just pretty much got one drink. We all got our drink. It was a strong drink, but it was a good drink. And so we had the drink, and then we kind of fecked off and headed straight back to the generator. And here's the thing: we've had so far 2 full days worth of travel, meaning that we're not coming back to our place of living till like 2-3 in the morning, right? Like, the penthouse we didn't get back until like 4 in the morning, like 3:30 in the morning, and so we ended up just deciding, here, let's actually just get back to the generator, just get a nice night's sleep. And we got there. I think from what I remember earlier on in the day, we got to the generator and we actually stayed there for like an hour or so because like there was a Liverpool game on, I think, from what I remember. So we stayed in the generator for a while actually earlier that day, but we got back to it that night. I was able to watch my YouTube. I was able to watch my YouTube and all that for the time being. I actually had a fucking bed, so yes, like, because obviously the generator was small, but the place was lovely though. The place was lovely. Like, it kind of had a rooftop bar, but it wasn't that good. And then if it had a pool table, which it didn't, then we would have had something to do with our night. But we kind of just bunkered down for the night. That's it, and then that leads us on to Monday. So we had to be out of the flat, out of the generator at 10, but because of the time that we had to get our train, we woke up at like 8 o'clock, just after 8. We left the generator pretty early in the morning, and so this is like just knowing that it's our last day, but because it's a Monday, we were like, here, Liam has college, and so we got our train back to Alicante, and then this is where I was just able to catch up on my YouTube because of where we booked our seats, because this train we actually had to rebook. We had to book different train tickets, so Liam ended up booking them all together. So we had these 4 seats with a table in front of us, and so before we got onto the train, we had bought some stuff to eat and drink because that would have had to have been our breakfast, and that was going to be our breakfast for the day. And so pretty much we got on the train. I was watching my stuff. I was watching my Sidemen stuff, and I was able to watch my Sidemen stuff, catch up on myself because it was like a 2.5 hour train journey, and so that ended up happening. We got off at the station and we went straight to his place. So he had his student accommodation place that we, like, for us to leave our bags, and because he obviously had to go to class, which meant that me and Peter would just be kind of left on our own accord to do our own thing. And so we had gotten back to his place. Dropped our bags off, and he had to go to college, and so we basically just walked with him to his university. And I have to say, his university Oh my god, is it lovely. His campus is fucking huge. It takes like, mate, me and Peter were walking around on our own for like half an hour, and we didn't even like cover the whole place. Like there was pitches, there was a park, there was stuff all over the gaff, and so we were walking all around. We were with Liam for a bit, and eventually he had to go off, so it left me and Peter just kind of walking around the campus. There's just the two of us walking around there, and we went through a park, kind of walked there, and kind of we just walked until the time went by for the hour, and so we eventually met up with him again. So then at this stage we decided to go and get something to eat, because we met up with Liam again, just letting an hour pass. And so we went back to the burger place where I got like a chicken meal, or like, it wasn't a chicken meal, but like, it had sweet potato chips and like just a box of chicken. And sweet potato chips they're not that great, but they do the job. I will tell you that they do the job, but they're not that great. So pretty much at this stage we were eating for a while, and we weren't really in too much of a rush, and so we kind of just hung out for a little bit. Let's just say I think diarrhea hit Liam or something. It hit Liam. He was in the toilet for fucking 10-15 minutes, I shall say. Diarrhea just hit him out of the fucking blue. And so we're there, and eventually I think Liam had to go back. I think he had to go back to his place. He had to go back to college for a little bit whilst we were walking around, because we had a meal and he only had an hour break. And so he eventually had to go off. He had to go off for a while, for another hour, and then I think he was on a 3-hour break, if I remember. And so so Liam eventually had to go off, leaving me and Peter there. So I think he was gone for an hour. I think it was another hour. So he had left us there again, and me and Peter, we were kind of just walking around like the outlet place. This was like an outlet store, and so we were just walking around it. Went into some place, and like we just both got a drink. Like he had his own, like, he had a mad pint of, I don't know what it was. Then I just got a pint of Heineken. I don't know why, but I think I might start liking Heineken this year. Like, I think this year I kind of want to just start like trying to drink a little bit more than just ciders. But basically we had our drink, and the arcade opens at 4 o'clock, and so basically the whole point was that day. So half the day we spent, well, like 2 or 3 hours we spent in his campus. Then the remainder of the day, for the last 4 or 5 hours, we spent in this arcade. So lots of machines, lots of stuff. Had bowling and all that. It had a trampoline zone. Like it was a great place. It was a great spot. And so me and Peter were just in there for a little bit. We decided to do bowling, because that was our whole point of that day. Was that whilst Liam was going to be in college, we'd be playing bowling. And so we played bowling. We did some warm-up rounds. So here's something the funny thing. So the first round, Peter beats me kind of like by a margin. I think he got like a couple of spares, like a strike or something, and I was just not doing that good at all. The next round, somehow we both drew 88. And so this stage, so we had the 2 rounds, and what did we do after this? I think we were wandering around the arcade, because it was like €20. It was like €20 to get a lane. And so we were kind of wandering around the arcade. We had these punching machines. Let's just say I think I have a weaker hand, or like a weaker arm than Peter. Was that he was like kind of roasting me just because I couldn't simply get like a bigger score than him, which is like, mate, you can clearly see that like you're putting a lot of your fucking arm, your whole body into it. Meanwhile, I'm like only putting my arm into it. Like I'm not that good at punching. Like, although I can probably knock someone out, like I'd say like Peter's one, like he will charge up and fucking swing. And so nothing. So we did punch machines. And eventually we saw Liam. He comes into the arcade, and so yeah, we did our thing. I think before he came in, we had bought these tickets. With these like little tickets, No, that's not it. We ended up like you got 10 games. You got to do 10 games, so we were kind of just wandering around the place. Liam comes, we do the bowling, and so we wanted to do a few rounds. So I think Liam bought the first round, if I remember. Yeah, I think Liam bought the first round, and so we were playing. And somehow on the first round of bowling, Liam was outdoing the two of us. He was outdoing the two of us. But then we were like, here, whoever loses this game has to pay for the next round of bowling. Liam won. I think he had just over 100 points or something. I think he was just over 100 points as well, but I think Liam was like 10 points ahead of me, and Peter was like around the 90s. So Peter lost that game of bowling, so we had to pay for another round. But this is where my redemption arc comes into play. So we go into the second round, right? And I don't know what just happened, but my brain just clicked. It just clicked. My performance in the bowling for the next 3 to 4 rounds were unfucking believable. That second round that we had, which Peter had to by himself, I won the game 146 points, whilst the two of them had around 90 to 100 points. I had 146. I think I got in a few spares, and I got a strike or two. Because obviously, like, when you get a spare, you kind of get like extra points for the spare, and when you get a strike, your points will double. And so I think my first two or three goes weren't the best, but then from about my third throw all the way until the seventh or eighth throw, I was getting spares, strikes. I was hitting knocking down 8 or 9 pins. I was on a fucking roll, and I won that game 146 points. And the thing was, Peter was obviously pissed off enough because I think he lost that round as well. It was him or Liam, I can't remember who lost it. But he still had. But they were like, "Here, mate, you can feck off. You can go pay for the thing on your own," because the two of them had obviously paid for a round. So it's a weird thing. The winner of the bowling is the one going to pay for it, because that fucking makes sense, doesn't it? And so he ends up doing his own thing. Like, the two of them just wait for me. I buy the next round. Now this fucking round. Actually, no, it wasn't this. It wasn't this round. Oh my god, it was the very last round. So the next round, I think I ended up beating them again. I beat them again. I can't remember at what points I had. I remember from the pictures on my phone. I think it was because the very last round I did, I got the most points I've ever gotten in bowling in my life, and so that third round I think I won again. And so let's just say my cockiness just fucking spiked up. I think I won again, and so at that stage we kind of just stopped bowling. We had done 3 rounds of bowling. So eventually we were just wandering around the arcade, like we were playing a lot of games, like we had bought like 10 tickets, and so we decided to just start on playing air hockey, playing basketball, air hockey, basketball, doing a punch machine and all that stuff. Like we're doing a few things at this stage, and so we ended up deciding here he has to go back to college in around an hour's time at this stage. So we're like, here, me and Peter do need to go to the airport. Me and Peter do need to head to the airport in the next hour. So we were thinking, one more round of bowling. One more. I think it was around 7 o'clock or something. Liam had college at 8. Me and Peter had to leave at around 8. So I don't think it was 8 o'clock. I think it was just before 8. Because we had to get a bus, because we were flying home at 10:35. We were flying home at 10:35 at this stage. So we had last round of bowling. I fucking dominated. So about 15, like 20, 30 minutes of doing our own thing. We go back. I get 2 fucking strikes on my first 2 throws. I got 2 strikes, and then at the end of that, I was like getting either 7, 8, or 9 pins down, and I was getting spare after spare after spare, until eventually I kind of like choked. I think the last 2 throws. I ended up getting like 5 or 6, and then I kind of completely missed, and so like I kind of could have gotten higher points, but then but I remember though one of my throws. I can't remember which round this was. I think it was either this. I don't think it was this round. I think it was the third round that we did, because I actually remember it wasn't this last round. It was I think the second or third, right? It was the second or third round, right? The lanes we were placed for some reason between 2 fucking massive like families. 2 massive families we were tucked in between, when all the other lanes were like completely empty. And so we were like, why can't we just been one of those completely empty ones, and instead you're chucking it in right at this in between 2 families. I remember one of my balls, I completely fucked up my first throw. I fucked it up completely. It went straight down the gutter. Like, obviously we don't have the rails up, because if you have rails up, then you're clearly you're not an adult. you're clearly fucking stupid and you can't play bowling. So I completely miss it. This is during one of my throws. I completely miss all of them. So I'm like, okay, I just need to do somewhat of a good performance. I got a spare. I ended up completely missing my first throw, and then I get a fucking strike. But here's the thing, because I'd fucked up my first throw, I got a spare, meaning I knocked down all fucking 10 pins for a spare, which was fucking mental. That was one of the maddest throws I got. So this last round we played, best rounds, I got 160 points. 160. The 2 lads had like just over 90 points. They didn't even have 100. They had just over 90 points. Lads, I had almost double the amount of points that they had. I was on crack the entire time. So that was bowling. So eventually we had to leave, right? And we had to leave eventually. And so, yeah, me and Peter had to get a bus to the airport. Liam had to go back to class, so we kind of just walked to the station. We were like, okay, like, we have to get this bus, we know where we're going. So he went off. We left him at the bus stop. He kind of had to sprint to his class, because he had like less than 10 minutes until his class, so he had to run all the way to fucking college. And so me and Peter got the train. Not the train. No, we got a bus. Yeah, we got a bus, and then that bus took us to like kind of it took us to the spot where we first met up with Liam. So we got to a bus stop. But the thing was, right, we had to get a C6 bus, right? That bus was that was an airport bus, so it would go like the whole route, like around the place. It would go all the way to the airport. And this was Luceros, so this is where we had to get off. We met Liam like the first day. But the issue was with that, the bus that we were on, the first bus that we were on, I pressed the bus to stop, right? But the thing was, there was like a bus stop up ahead, because I saw on my Google Maps on my phone that there was a bus stop up ahead, and that there was one on the roundabout as well. On the roundabout was where we'd be getting the bus to get to the airport, right? Instead of stopping at that roundabout, or that bus stop before the roundabout, he stopped at the third stop. So, me and Peter, we got off the bus. We had to walk back up to the fucking roundabout, where we saw the fucking C6 bus. We saw the fucking bus, and we're like, we're after fucking just about missing the bus here. And we're like, here, what the fuck's just happened there? Like, the bus driver, I pressed the stop like way before we got to either of the other bus stops, yet he still fucked off to other bus stops. And so at this stage, we were a bit annoyed, because we're like, here, we're just gonna have to wait like another 15 minutes for the next bus. So we're sat there waiting. We wait for the next bus. We see come around the corner, right? We're both there. Now we're not like right at the fucking edge, like putting our fucking hand out, like doing this and all that. We're not doing all that, like putting our hand out, right? But we get up. We get up. We're there. Like we clearly look like here. We want to get on the bus. Like your man made eye contact with the fucking two of us, the bus driver, and just fucking went. He just fucked her right off, and I was like, lad, what's going on? The bus we had to get drives past us when we're both there. We're both right there, and he just looked at us and just didn't give two tosses about it. Did not give two tosses about the fact that like we were both at the bus stop waiting to get on the bus. We see him, we're like, okay, he's gonna stop now. He fucked off. So obviously we're annoyed. We're like, mate, we're gonna have to wait another fucking 15 minutes. It was almost 9 o'clock. Lad, our gate closed on our passports. Well, not on the bookings. The gate closed at 10:05. Passports closed. The gate closed at 10:05. We were still waiting for a bus, and it was almost 9 o'clock. Right? So think about that for a second. We're still there for another 15 minutes waiting for a bus. It was almost 9 o'clock when the bus came. It wasn't even 9 o'clock when the bus came. The bus comes. We fucking flag him down. We're like, here. Like, making sure we're fucking waving. And we get on the bus. And we're fine. We're fine. We've got on a bus. Right. So at this stage, we're on the bus. We're like, okay, happy days. We're on the fucking bus. And so, what are we going to do? We end up just deciding, here, get through security, just get to our gate, just do whatever. Like, we'll get food past security. So we get to the airport and it doesn't look that filled. Like, it looked practically fucking empty at this stage. And so we got off, went into the airport, and we just did our thing for a bit anyway. We did our thing for a bit, and then we got through security, which took like not even 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes to go through security. We literally went there, no fucking line at all. We just went through the thing, had to do the thing, show off the passports in the thing, look at the thing, look in, boom, straight to the security, no line at all. Few people there, like, just sorting their bags out, you know, doing the usual stuff. We set our shit down, go through, we're sorted. Get through security, we're like, okay, we're fine. We have just less than an hour till our gate closes. We're on time. Let's just go straight to our gate, and then let's just go find something to eat. We get straight to security, and we find like we're walking, and we kind of just walk straight past the subway. Peter goes into. Actually, we don't walk past it. We're walking out. I see Subway up ahead. Peter just kind of walks into the toilets. So he's obviously like, here, just go grab a Subway if you want. So I go over, grab my Subway. Peter comes out, grabs his Subway, and then we take off and we go to the spot. We go to our gate, and we're like, okay, happy days. We made it. We're sorted. We need to find some seats. Boom. I will say, the area where our gate was, it was actually fucking filled with people. Like, it was just filled with all the people like waiting to get on the flight. Bear in mind, this is like the only flight at this time. It is a Sunday evening. At around 9:30 here, and like the flight to Dublin was like the only one where you could see people. Like, that was the only spot where you could actually see people, like a whole massive group of people. So me and Peter, we had our spots, sat down, we ate our stuff, kind of downloaded some. I was downloading like the fucking episodes for the Six Nations documentary, but the issue was that I ended up just not watching it in the end, which I'm probably gonna watch later on today. Actually, I'll probably watch it later on today because I actually really want to watch it because it looked absolutely amazing. Which was actually hilarious because I remember because that Six Nation documentary, the Six Nation documentary ended up actually what happened was, on our flight to Alicante, right? Our flight to Alicante, I literally ended up. Oh no, that looks like it's lagging for a second. Oh no, what's happening there? Looks like my OBS is fucking lagging for a second. Wait for it to cool down. Wait for it to cool down. It's lagging like fucking crazy there. OBS, fucking sort yourself out. Sort yourself out, OBS. Stop lagging. Well, anyway, I'll keep chatting anyway because the audio is good anyway. Even if it's I've been streaming over an hour, but I'm almost done here. So, for our flight to Alicante, there was a lad like in the aisle. Like, I was sat here and there's a guy like over here. He had an iPad out and he was watching the Six Nations. He was watching the Six Nations documentary. And so I was just sat there either sleeping with my AirPods in, just listening to music, and I was like, I can just watch him. I can just watch that. So I watch it. I'm basically just watching the documentary at this stage, and then now that's what I decided to do. I decided to download the episodes of the Six Nations documentary on Netflix, so that I could watch that on my way home. Because obviously it's going to be 2.5 hours. The issue was I had one issue, which we did not realise. So, pretty much, we're there. We then wait to get our gate, and then for some fucking reason, it was taking longer than expected. No one in the staff was saying anything to do with the fact that the flight was delayed by an hour. And so, we're all sat there, waiting in line, for about 10-15 minutes straight. I have my passport and my fucking thing ready. I have my code ready because I had priority. I had the priority thing. And for some reason, apparently the priority queue is more big than the non-priority queue. So I go up, I scan my thing. Peter has non-priority on his booking, so obviously like that his line, which was kind of smaller than my line, couldn't move. And so in the end, we got there. I kind of walked. We were in this stairwell. Like you go down, you turn around, and walk again for a little bit. We're in the stairwell, right? And we are sat there for about 20 to 30 fucking minutes. We're stuck there on the stairwell. We're looking out this big massive window. We see a bus come over. We're like, okay, thank God. For some reason, apparently none of the staff decided to say to us, their flights had actually been delayed by an hour, which means we're not going to get on the fucking flight till about 12 o'clock. We're not going to get on our flight until about 12 o'clock. Or like just before 12. Because when we were waiting in queue, it was around 10:35, so we should have been taken off at that stage. Meanwhile, the queue was still there. So we kind of realised, okay, I think we're delayed by an hour. The whole reason was just because they had to change over to a different plane last second. And so they had to fuel the plane up, get it prepared, get all this stuff ready. We eventually made it onto the fucking plane, right? We eventually made it on. And we're there, and I'm like, okay, thank God, I'm in my seat on my way home. I don't need to stand any fucking longer. I'm happy that I'm going home at this stage. But instead of just deciding to fuck off, a member of staff decided to say, we're taking off in the next fucking 7 minutes. You could hear the disappointment on some people's faces, because I'm there like, mate, why are we just not fucking off? Can you not just go? I don't want to sit here anymore listening. Right? So we're there for another, like, we're sat on the airplane for maybe 15-20 minutes. I'm just listening to my Spotify. Man on the intercom goes, we're not leaving for another 7-8 minutes. Or like, lad, we've been waiting like an hour and no one said that we were delayed. And so yeah, so at this stage we were finally on the move. We moved, I had my music in, and I was like, happy fucking days. So we so we took off, and so then we were on our bike, we took off, and I honestly had fallen asleep. I was gone. And so I was asleep, and although it was 2.5 hours, it felt like just over an hour flight, because I had fallen asleep, and then the next thing you know, I seen that I was like, it was an hour later, I was like, did I really just fall asleep for a fucking hour? And I was like, thank God. Anyway, bear in mind, it's like, it's after 12 in the morning, and I'm like, lad, I have to be up in like 6 hours for college here, and I'm still on a fucking plane. Like, at this stage, if we weren't delayed by an hour, we'd be at Dublin Airport. So we landed at just before 2. And then what happened was that we landed, we got there, my dad called me. I was like, we're walking through the airport now. And boom, we got out. Our dad met us there. It was after 2 in the morning. It was like 2:15 or like 2:20 in the morning at this stage. And so we were like, okay, thankfully we finally got in the car. I'm sleep deprived. I have to be over about 4 fucking hours for college. And so we got home. Eventually. And yeah, we got home, and then that was kind of the end of it. So what thing was, I just couldn't fucking, like, because I had the big bag with me, I had to fucking unload it for a second, do all this stupid stuff, and eventually I was able to fucking bunker down for a bit. And so I actually didn't go to sleep until like after 3 o'clock. After 3 in the morning, and I'm finally going to fucking sleep. And so I was starting to question, like, should I even go into college? My mum even woke up and was like, here, you don't need to go into college at 9. You don't need to go into college at 9 if you don't want to. And I was like, I'll see what happens. I set my alarm, and then I eventually woke up on like 3 hours sleep. 3 hours sleep I had. And then I just woke up, and then in the morning I was like, yeah, feck off. I set my alarm for an hour later. I was like, this is definitely the better option. Like, I'm not sleeping for 3 hours going into college. And then boom. So yeah, I woke up 7:30, and I was like, thank fucking God. Like, it's weird as well, because you're like, because it doesn't occur to you that, here, I was just on a flight like a few hours ago. Like, it doesn't like come into your head that like I was in college like 1 o'clock in the afternoon in college, and like, I'm just trying to think for a second, like, it either feels like a new day, but it isn't a new day, because like, mate, 13 hours ago you were on a fucking plane flying. You were flying, like, as of right now, you are flying today. You were on a plane earlier today, flying home. And so I was sleep deprived all out throughout college, and that was kind of the end of it. It's taken me about an hour 20 minutes of this live stream to tell me full story. But yeah, like, I really need to sort some shit out now. I don't, like, luckily enough, I'm not in any rush for anything to do with college right now. But that is my whole analysis, you could say, of my trip in Spain, like going to Alicante, going to Madrid, and it's definitely a trip I'm going to like cherish for a very long time. I'm definitely gonna cherish it, and I really need to go and eat some. I really need to go and eat something right now since I woke up at 9 o'clock today because haircut. So I haven't eaten in the last like 4 hours. So I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna edit the video, do what I can with it, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday for a live stream. So if you obviously enjoy my stuff, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. If you want to chat to me or anything, like just comment down below. I'll probably reply back to you. I probably won't. But thank you guys so much as well for over 750 subs as well. Like, thank you so much. And honestly, we're getting very close now to 800. If we can get to 800 subs, more like the summertime, like that will be a great goal to have achieved. And then maybe if we can somehow hit 850 subs by Christmas this year, like that would be mental. And I know it's like that's like another 100 subs. We gotta do what you gotta do, So that's it. My whole talk about my holidays in Spain. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I shall see you next week. See ya.